Yeah, hello, wonderful people. I am Ashley Peters, right here on Odenibo FM 99.1. This is a live broadcast coming to you, sponsored by BVI Channel 1, which is an online media platform dedicated to sensitize the public about their rights, their responsibility, and also remind the government about their own obligations to the people. And we are focused on good governance and security, two sides of the same coin. Good governance and security, two sides of the same coin. Security happens to be the primary responsibility of every government. The responsibility of every government is to provide security, for lives and properties. And we are here because today in Nigeria as a whole, and the Southeast in particular, the issue of insecurity have continued to be on the front burner of the news space. And there are so many security issues bothering our people. And when the government fail to address serious security challenges, then it is responsibility of the people to remind their government of their primary responsibility. Today, when I talk about good governance, what is expected of every government to maintain peace, to maintain good atmosphere for business and livelihood to strive. It is, like I said earlier, the primary responsibility of every government to ensure that their homeland is secured. That's why the government or the president of the government and president, or you call them the government or the governors of each state, like in Nigeria, they are the chief security officer of the state. The reason is because the security apparatus, the security issues are their primary responsibility. Today, when you have high level of unemployment, today when you have youths roaming the street without work because there is no conducive environment for them to strive, there is no job available for them, then the resultant effect is insecurity. Today, it has transcended beyond the youths. Today in Nigeria, we have been witnessing armed banditry, Boko Haram, and the herders and farmers, they call it herders and farmers clashes. But from what we've seen so far, it is nothing more than a target on the people to dispossess them of their land and their source of livelihood. In some states in Nigeria today, they have taken the bull by the horn to address this issue, to address the issue of insecurity bordering around agriculture, bordering around what they call herders and farmers clashes, like Benue State. Before now, Benue had been a flashpoint for continuous ransacking of village, destroying of farmlands, dispossessing farmers, and also ultimately killing them. In some parts of Southeast, we've witnessed not once, not twice, many times, the killings of our farmers. And you know that agriculture is the most important economic sector of any people anywhere around the world. Without agriculture, you can't feed. And if you can't feed, the situation will turn into anarchy. And that is why we say there should be a bill to stop. There should be a law to stop and prohibit the further killing of our farmers. Some of you who are listening to the sound of my voice anywhere you are, you can attest to the fact that food prices has gone up so high. It is not just because of the pandemic brought by COVID-19. No. It is as a result of the farmers are no longer in their farms cultivating. They are afraid to go to their farms. Every day in the news we see it. Farmers being killed because of herders who graze in their farm. And now let me now bring it down. In Igbo land, it is an abomination. It is a sacrilege for anyone to allow his or her livestock to stray into another man's farm. It is highly prohibited according to the custom and tradition of Igbo land. But today, we have people who come into our communities, who don't even identify with the communities, who hide in the forest and graze in people's farm. And when you dare confront them, it results to fatal situation. It has made so many farm settlements to be deserted. It has caused food prices to rise. Many families today can no longer feed their families, their children. Children are going to bed hungry with empty stomach. The situation is becoming tensed. And what would the people do? And that is why BVI Channel 1, in collaboration with other social civic society organizations like Alibo Development Foundation, led by Professor Zodim Mangwala, who have sent the anti-open grazing bill to state assemblies in Igbo-speaking states. That includes the 5 states of the Southeast, River State, and Delta State, to sign into law that anti-open grazing bill, which will prevent the continuous killing, the continuous ransacking of the farmlands. We have seen it in several places where cattle go into farmland to graze, destroying the cash crops, destroying the farm produce. Not only destroying the properties, but also leading to the deaths of some of our farmers. And many of them have deserted farm settlement. And that is hitting hard on the food market. The prices has gone up. Those of you listening to me can attest to this fact. It is undisputed. And we are here to provoke the consciousness of the people to join hand, to demand from their government, to mandate their governments to sign into law anti-open grazing bill. It is not against our norms and value. It is in fact enacting and taking up our customary law and making it a state law. There is nothing too much about it. It is unambiguous, because this is the greatest challenges among others we are facing. And that is why we talk about good governance. If a government fails in its primary duty, then it has failed in all. That is our rating. And that is why the people have to join hand to help their government, because it needs the effort of the people to charge their government, to mandate their government to sign this bill into law. You don't say you are not affected because you are not a farmer. We all are affected in this. You don't say that you are not concerned. We all eat food. You might not be here, for those of you listening in diaspora, your families are here. Everybody, it is a collective responsibility. It is a clarion call to mandate the governors of the Southeast and Delta and River State, Igbo land. Let's begin with Igbo land. If Benue has signed it into law and effect it, Ekiti State the same, why won't we? Why won't our governors do same? That is the question. And that is why we have come out on this platform, Odenibo FM, to educate you, to sensitize you, to conscientize you, to tell you that you are the government. It is the people that are the government. Those in government houses are your servants. They are called public servants. They are not your masters. They are not your emperors. They are your servants. And if they are your servants, they should do your bidding. They should do what is best for you. And you have to direct them when they are not doing it right. And that is why we are here. To tell you, it is time to tell your representative in the state assemblies, Anambra, Imo, Ebonyi, Enugu, Abia State, Delta, Rivers. Tell your representatives to sign that bill into law, because it is going towards the breaking point. And when it gets to that point, it may result to anarchy, which we don't want in our homeland. Nobody would like his land to be rendered desolate. Nobody would like his land to be plunged into a state of anarchy. And that is what we are trying to prevent. And that is what we are trying to make sure it doesn't happen. It doesn't get to that point when there will be a total breakdown of law. Because when the people can no longer feed, when the killing continues, then definitely the people will revolt. So it is the responsibility. I'm using this opportunity to also remind the governors of the Southeast and the states I've mentioned right here that it is their responsibility to sign this bill into law. If the lives of their people matters, if the lives of their people are more valuable than cows, if the lives of our people is important to them, they should sign this bill into law. And we, the people, we are making that demand from them. If there is anything preventing the governors or the legislative houses from enacting this law, they should come forward and tell us. They should come forward and tell the people, this is why we are not going to sign this bill into law. And let them prefer a lasting solution and put to an end the killing of our farmers and ransacking of our farm settlements. Because our children cannot continue to sleep without food, because their parents cannot afford to buy foodstuffs. The other day, my mom came back and bought apple, cassava, the one you call loi loi, of 50 naira. You all can attest to this. If you go to the market, if you are listening from the market, you can check it there. That it is no longer business as usual. That the apple of 50 naira now cannot even, the apple of 150 cannot even feed a child because of the size. The same is applicable to other agricultural produce. Are we talking about rice? Every farmer in Igbo land, they are crying. They are counting their losses on daily basis because of open grazing. Not just for the farmers, even travelers, road users, travel between Onitsha to Enugu on the highway. Many times, vehicles have bumped into these cattle on the highway, crossing highways. There is no way in the world that these things are still allowed. You can't find it anywhere. And it is not difficult for these farmers to ranch their cattle. What is so difficult about it? This is a private business, for God's sake. This is a private business, for Christ's sake. Just like when you want to go to a shop, you go and pay your rent or pay the space for your business activities and start running your business. Other than taking up people's lands and space and even upsetting the system of the people. It doesn't happen that way. Businesses are not done that way. And we are not asking the governors. We are not asking the governors to provide ranches for these people. We are not asking them to provide ranches for these people. We are asking them, let them sign this bill into law. If you want to do any business, any ranching business, you go and negotiate with people who own the land. If you are negotiating with government land, then you buy the land. You procure the land through the due process. That is how things are being done. You don't use government properties. How many people have you provided their market space for them? Wherever they go, our people, Ndibo, wherever they are scattered all over the world. Wherever they go, they help in developing those areas. Why would our own case here in our homeland be a reverse of that case? Why wouldn't people come in here help in the development of our homeland? Why wouldn't they come and identify with the community? Live among the community. They know the communities know them. And by the way, our people are the biggest patronizers of these cattle. So it should be something that should add value to our system. They should be appreciative of that. I mean, the people doing the business, rather than bringing tears, sorrow, death, pain to the people. But government have a role to play here. And we are here to remind them that their primary responsibility is the protection of the people. Their primary assignment is for the security of lives and property. We are here to mandate them, we the people that voted them in. We the people that carried their mandate is now mandating them to sign this bill into law. Because if they don't, the people will protest. The people will march. The people will march because if you don't have food to eat, then what else are you doing? If you can't feed your family, what else are you doing? It is quite simple. I commend the government of the Southeast, the way they responded to COVID-19. I commend their efforts. I commend the way they came out with full force to make sure they curb the menace or the pandemic. I salute them. But let me remind them that COVID-19 have not taken the number of lives this issue of open grazing has taken in our homeland since the COVID-19 began. The records are there. So between the two, which one should be made the priority? I want an equal match of response by this government towards this anti-open grazing bill to be signed into law. That is what we're talking about. We are not demanding anything outside the law. In fact, we are helping the government to set up proper laws according to our custom and tradition, which is also part of the Nigerian Constitution, which they swore to uphold. We are here to remind them that they must, is a must, sign that bill into law. Because the people are tired, the people are weary, the people have gotten it to the breaking point, this issue of insecurity. If our government could match up against the pandemic, COVID-19, anti-open grazing bill is not a rocket science for them. They already have a template because our Liberal Development Foundation have sent a drafted bill to them. And I'm here to remind them that this bill has been lying wait for so long. And it has come to the point where we can move further. Other than putting and enforcing this law. That is what we're talking about. That is what we're saying. That is what we're bringing to you. That is what BVI Channel 1, in collaboration with Alibo Development Foundation, People's Restoration Movement, even religious bodies, they are all coming together for this purpose. So the government should know, those who are serving us in government houses should know that this is the demand of the people. This is the will of the people. This is the aspiration of the people to sign anti-open grazing bill into law. Now, not tomorrow, because it has reached a state of emergency. Every day, the records are there. Every day, the records are there. Everybody is affected. Everybody is affected. So, it is the primary responsibility of the government to do the needful. And we, the people, will help them to ensure that. And let me remind government also that security issue is a collaboration of the government and the people. Everybody should and must be security conscious. Everybody should and must be security conscious in your environment, in your community. Wherever you are, you should be security conscious. You cannot just sit back and say government should do everything. No. And part of your responsibility, we are demanding from the people also, is to get involved. If you go to your House of Rep member or anyone representing you in the State Assembly, that is what is expected of you. The traditional rulers start calling those who are representing you in state houses. Tell them they should bring up this drafted anti-open grazing bill. If they are not in support, withdraw them. They are not representing you. Withdraw them. Vote them out. That is the power you have as a people. The power belongs to the people and not few people in government houses. It is your responsibility to take this message everywhere. Let everybody know. Let everybody be in the know. It is no longer time for you to fold your arms and say, oh, it doesn't concern me. Oh, what can we do? Oh, the almighty government. Or some of us, we just retire to prayer. Let me pray. I will pray God will come down and help us. God is not coming down to help you. You got to help yourself. And part of what you're going to do is to make your government to do the needful. And one of it is to sign this bill into law. It's as simple as that. During the time when it was burning in Benue State, you will see these headers go to farmland, excavate cassavas and yams, and feed it to cattle. Burning farmlands. It got to the point that the people said enough is enough. If the governors are being held bound by their political, not constitutional, by their political interests to protect it. If that is what is holding them from signing this bill into law, then we'll find an alternative. Then we'll vote them out. Then we'll show them the door. That is how a sane society thrives. Many of our people travel abroad. Many of our people live abroad. Nobody wants to stay here. Everyone wants to run away. How do you think those places you are going to get to where they are? It is because the people are conscious of their immediate environment. The people are involved in the governance that affects them. Don't just sit down and do buying and selling. That is not the beginning and the end of your life. The beginning and the end of your life depends hugely on the act of governance. If the government is good, you will have a better life. If the government is bad, you will have a miserable life. And it's unfortunate, many people in Nigeria today are living a miserable life. No wonder they say Nigerians are suffering and smiling. I'm not the one that sang the song, but it is prevalent because our people are so nonchalant. They don't care. We are politically naive. I'm sorry to say that, but that is the truth. My people are politically naive. My people are not interested in governance. My people are not asking questions. My people are not interested in what is happening around them. They don't ask the government questions. They see the government as their masters. Hey, na government abekwa. Ono na chakwa. Na government abekwa. When things are going wrong, and the people you put in charge to serve you are not doing the right thing, it is your responsibility to call them to order. That's why they are called public servants. They are there to serve the public and not themselves. And I must tell you, this anti-open grazing bill have been embraced by religious bodies, archbishops, bishops, cutting across Christian associations. Also, traditional rulers are also involved. They are all speaking up because it is their community that has been ransacked. The religious leaders, it is their members that are also being killed. And they have gotten a fair share. I mean the clergies of this killing. So, what are we talking about? Everybody, we are now on the same page. And that is why every church, every denomination, including traditional worshippers, everybody, we are all on the same page. So we are using this opportunity to admonish our people, to encourage our people to start being conscious of their immediate environment. They should be politically enlightened. And that is why I would recommend BVI Channel 1 on the social media platform. If you are on YouTube, you can go to BVI Channel 1. You subscribe there. It is free for you to have proper political sensitization, political education. It is free. It is very important. Two education that our people are not really getting well: political education and financial education. So we want our people to get a proper political sensitization. One other thing that is really a problem in our homeland is our people are not participating with issue of election, politics, and the rest of their governance in general. That is why they only see everything as buying and selling. And that is the disaster in our society today. That is why things are falling apart. People are only interested in buying and selling votes. Why would somebody who wants to serve you bribe you with 1,000 to get your vote? That means the person is not going there to serve you after all. That means the person is going there to serve his pocket and to recover and make gain of his investment. And you, the people, what do you get? Nothing. So when we talk about anti-open grazing bill, say, why are you disturbing me? After all, I paid you. But we are going to reverse that trend. And that is why you have to join this campaign. Go to BVI Channel 1 on Facebook. You can just chat it. You can just go there, Google it, BVI Channel 1. Or you can chat me personally. Asuzu Chinedu Peters. That is the voice of the person you are listening to. I immensely thank Odenibo FM. And that is why I like Odenibo. And that's why they call it Odenibo. It's quite unfortunate I'm making this program in English, but I want everybody, because it is not only the Igbo people that are living in Igbo land. I want everybody to hear this thing loud and clear. Can they buy no? Na-aga etinye aka na akwụkwọ tinye iwu igbochi ichi ane ma na-aba n'ubi. Or if I na-ekwu ma ọ bụrụ na ịghọtara ibe na-asụ supri sinsi. Na-aga etinye iwu gọọmenti obodo na ana Igbo niile ga-etinye aka n'iwu fụ na etinyere iwu igbochi mmadụ ichi anụmanụ ma ọ wee efi ma ọ wee atụrụ ma ọ wee ewu ịba n'ubi emebisi ife akọrọ na nya bụ ife emegwa anyị tinye anyị n'ọnọdụ jebe anana na ba anama dị mma. Tata na ana Igbo ife oriri a ga-agọ ọnụ nke ọjọọ nya. Maka gịnị? Ndị na-akọ ọrụ ubi anaghị akọpụta nwụzi ife. Ọ bụrụ na ba akọrọ kama na ba kọcha efi atarie nya. Onwe nke metele emete ejebe oti ya efi erie. Ikwu okwu egbuo gị. Anyị afụgo ọtụtụ n'ime ka ọ na-eme n'ala Igbo. Anyị wee sị ka gọọmenti tinye aka n'akwụkwọ iwu ka emebe iwu igbochi mmadụ ikpo anụmanụ ọbụla awagharị n'ime ọhịa, awagharị n'ubi, ọwadị n'ime ọhịa ka nọ n'ubi mmadụ n'azụ ụlọ mmadụ mgbe ụfọdụ achịlị nyanwụ na ma batakwute gị na be gị. Ọhịa ka anyị ji ekwu na-asị ka gọọmenti tinye aka n'akwụkwọ ka o mee gịnị? Ka emee iwu igbochi itigharị ụmụ anụmanụ emebisi ife akọ n'ubi. Ihe a bụ otu anyị si emegharị ma gboo. Ọ bụ ọdịnala Igbo. Ọwa alụ mmadụ ikwe ka anụmanụ ọ na-azụ biye ba jetanụ jetarie ihe ubi mmadụ. Ọ bụ nnukwu arụ ka ọ bụ n'ala Igbo. Dịka anyị na-agwa gọọmenti na-echetalụfa na isi isekpụ ntị ọrụ ezi na-efe bụ nchekwa obodo. Ọ ya bụ isi isekpụ ntị ọrụ gọọmenti na-alụ. Ihe eji ekwu ebo ka onye ọbụla pụta n'igwe jee gwa onye ọbụla na-anọchite anya ha na gọọmenti n'okpuru ọchịchị ọbụla ha nọ na ya bido tata ka ha gwa ka ha tinye aka n'akwụkwọ ka eme nya bụ iwu ka ndị na-akọ ọrụ ubi na-achịyakwa azụ n'ubi. Ije na ma ebe niile a na-akọgasị ihe ma na Anambra ma na Enugu ma na Ebonyi, ebe niile ahụ ije ebe onwezi onye ga-afụ ndị niile na-akọ ọrụ ubi ọnụ na-agbagwo ọsọ. Maka gịnị? Ọ bụrụ maka ndị na-achịgharị efi emebisi ife akọrọ. Ọ bụ etu esi eme? Mba, mana anyị ga-achịkọzi aka. Ọ karọ mma na anyị niile pụta jekwuru gọọmenti si ya na ọ bụrụ na unu egbughị anyị, ọ kala anyị mmanụ mgburu anyị karịa na anyị nwụọ n'ime n'ubi anyị. Ọ ka mma na agụụ egbughị anyị. Ọ ka mma na unu bụ ndị nọ na gọọmenti gburu ndị mmadụ ama nọ ndị unu na-achị. Ọya ka eji wee na-asị na ọ bụ ife ziri ezi ka gọọmenti nebali ya anya. Ọ bụla nebali ya nsọ anya ma mee iwu ozugbo na olugo nke obe ọkpa. Ọ gafego obe ọkpa, ọ todoziri anyị n'onu. Ọ bụ na gọọmenti emere nke a, anyị niile apụta jekwube n'ụlọ gọọmenti si gọọmenti ndị nọ na gọọmenti haus na ebe anyị na-afọ ọ bụrụ na mkpu anyị na-etisi isi eri oge elubere ụlọ ntị anyị abịago n'ụkwụ ọnụ ụlọ aka tinye na ife a na iwu ọbara uru na nna eje afịa ọbara uru na nna eje akwụkwọ ọbara uru na nna eje ọrụ oyibo njesi abata mmanyenwu ụmụazị nni ọ bụ ụgwọ a na-akwụdo anyị ọya oyi nke makarịcha anụ ka ọ wụ ihe a na-azụta n'aja nwa ka ike a na-azụtazi n'aja nwa tụmadị kịta anụ nwa ife gbasalụ pandemik dakputere onye ọnwa na-akpọ COVID-19 mgbe na-ekwu wee gwa gọọmenti sifa na ewenyere ife aka elu na-asịfa demedeme na nke va mee maka COVID-19 gbaa mbọ n'ụwa ọgụ dị na ya mebe ife niile dị na ya efu na obodo dị nchekwa na ahụike ụfọdụ bidozie mewezie elu nke a na-akpọ fire service approach bido lụwazie ọnọdụ ebe a ga na-ezi echekwa ndị mmadụ ahụ adịghọ nke anyị kwetara na ọnọdụ ya na Naịjirịa tata ahụhụ ibe eji ọnụ akọ mana nke ọdakpọ emegwo ndị mmadụ ekunite ndị nọ na gọọmenti etinyebe aka ya bụ mgba afọ gbaa n'ihe gbasalụ COVID-19 ka va chọọ ka va gbaa na ife gbasalụ ịchị anụmanụ na-aba n'ime ọhịa na anyị nwa dị ndụ ga-afụ ife anyị li ọ bụrụ efi ka anyị na-akọrọ ife ihe a na-enwe ịbịa inwe nchekwa efi gị idebi ebe ọ ga-anọ ị na-egbute nri na-enye ọ bụrụ ikpo efi na-aba n'obi ndị mmadụ na-emebisi ife akọ ije n'ọdọ abịa ime ngote nwụzi ife ili maka gịnị onye ka anyị na-ekwu onye ka anyị ji wee na-ekwusie ike na-ekwu n'onu dala ụda onye ọwụna na-anụ onu m taa onye na-anụ onu ebe a maazị Asụzụ Chinedu Peters onye nchịkọba mgbasa ozi na BVI Channel 1 ọnụ na-ekwuru ụmụ Igbo onye na-agwa unu okwu ife nji akwu okwu anụnwa bụ mgbe ọzọ anyị ga-eme ejije anụnwa ihe mgbe ọzọ anyị ga-eme nkwupụta okwu a anyị ga-eme ya nke mụ na unu ga-akparịta ụka ka gọọmenti jiri ntị unu nụ tata asị nka njido sọsọ nkwuo ka onye ọbụla nụ gọọmenti n'onwe ya nụkwue mana ọ bụrụ na aka na-eme mgbagha otu anụnwa mgbọsị izuụka na-abịa abịa elekere 11 nke ụtụtụ ruo na elekere 12 nke efifie anyị ga-anọkwa ebe a na ịgbasa ozi a mgbe ahụ aga m ekwe ka unu kpọọ unu a na-ekwurịta ụka anyị na unu a na-ekwurịta ụka ka ụwa niile n'onu onye ọbụla mara na ọ bụrụ sọsọ mụnwa na-ekwu na ebe ahụ abụrụgo udude bee n'ebe ọ dị njọ anyị ncha niile ga-agbakọ aka fụ na gọọmenti tinyere aka tinye iwu ga-egbochi mmadụ ịchị anụmanụ akpagharị n'ezi. That is what we are talking about. Tell your bishops and pastors, let them announce it in their churches. Tell your traditional rulers to call all their people together. Call the people representing you in government houses. Call the attention of your state governments. Let them sign into law anti-open grazing bill. I chefa obo na fe megharịla alụ anyị ejekube ka ama na baka n'ozokwo anyị na-ekwue ọ bụ na adịkpọ ọbaba azarọ anyị ekwue n'igwe okufe anụrọ anyị ejekube anyị arapụ ife niile anyị na-eme ejekube ka anyị magwa na ndị anyị jiri n'ọrụ na baka anọdị a ka ba na-alalụzi ụla. We will march to government house to find out if the people whom we have sent to go and serve us are still there. We will march. It is our right. It's our civic duty. It is our right. It is our civic duty. It is our obligation to ensure that our land is safe. It is our responsibility to help the government to achieve this one most important task and responsibility, safeguard of property and lives, which is paramount. So begin now. Let the discussion, let everybody in Onima, if you're in the marketplace listening, if you're in your workplace listening, even if you're in the government house listening, every one of us are involved.
Me be police o, me wo army o, me wo navy o, me wo air force o, me wo onye na-achị na-azụ afịa, onye ọbụla. Me wo onye nkuzi, me nwata akwụkwọ. Me wo onye ụka, iwu ụkọchukwu. Ibe a na-ekwu metụtala onye ọbụla kparati. Onye ka onye ọbụla ga-eji wee tinye aka fụ na emere ebe anụnwa ka ọ dị ya ka ọ bụrụ ife emebere ozugbo na ihe a na-eme agafego nku aka. Otodogo anyị n'onu. You have gotten to the breaking point. And that is the message. Quite simple, quite straight. Mandate your government to sign into law anti-open grazing bill. If any of them would say they have not or they have lost the drafted bill because it is already there. A drafted bill has been sent to all the state governments, all the assemblies in the southeast, including Delta State and River State. I heard other states and signed that bill. Another state assembly signed that bill, but it has not been assented to by the governor. What is he waiting for? What is the governor waiting for? I want every state assembly to take this as the priority because the people whom they are representing are voicing out. Enough is enough. The insecurity has gotten to its breaking point. We need our land to be safe. We need our farmers to go back to farm so that we can afford to feed our families. If we feed our family well, we'll be strong enough to do our business and pay government taxes. We'll be fit enough to go to work and work in government offices. We'll be strong enough to feed and carry arms as security operatives. Mbano. Our security officers need to feed well. Yes. But how can they feed well when the prices have gone up? Is it the wonderful salary that you are paying them and gratuity you are paying them, those that have retired? Is it what will motivate them? No. What will motivate them is that we all are on the same page. We are all faced with one threat. Hunger, no day. We are Adamelo hunger class. When hunger hits you, when hunger hits a community, when hunger hits a society, that is the time you know the full spelling of anarchy. And that is where we're heading to. So, use this opportunity to join this campaign. The little thing, the smallest thing you can do is to voice it out. Go to your communities. Begin now to demand it from your Ndigwe. Begin now to demand it from your market leaders. Begin now to demand it from your religious leaders, your bishops and archbishops, your pastors. Tell them to say it in their pulpit. Tell them that it is time because many of the people in government are coming to these churches. Let them call them in. They will listen to them. They will listen to them. Sign this bill into law. It's as simple as that. So, to join the campaign is quite simple. Join me on the social media platform, on Facebook, YouTube, especially to be updated, to be empowered with the right information. Because information is power. That's why the Bible says, my people perish for lack of knowledge. But how can you know when you're not properly informed? And the people that is not well informed are deformed. And that is what we are here to address. We are here to tell you, now you be government. Now you will be the people. Now we be the government. And those in the government houses are our servants. That's why we call them public servants. So, call these numbers anytime, any day for more information, to be part of this mandate, for this 1 million march. If the governors do not respond positively to the demand of the people to sign this bill into law, call these numbers and we all together will help the government to do that. 0810 4545 533. I repeat, 0810 4545-533. Or you call this one 0810-420-7522. I repeat, 0810-420-7522. Thank you so much for listening. I am Asu Chinedu Peters, the media director of BVI Channel 1, an online media platform that has the mandate to inform you better. So join me on our YouTube page, BVI Channel 1, on Facebook, BVI Channel 1. Google it, be part of this. Join People's Restoration Movement and be part of what Alibo Development people are doing, led by Ozadim Manwala. I salute you all. Stay blessed and above all, stay safe. Goodbye.